Matt Wilton. Good evening, everybody. Hope you're all really well. We've got the latest of our webinars for this evening to show you, with the main focus being on the Manchester course coming up for the McGuire programme. That's the 5th to the 8th of June. We've also got courses coming up in Reading in August, and there's also a course in South Africa in June as well for people that may be interested in that. But the main focus tonight is on the Manchester course, and we have 3 people who will be talking tonight that will be discussing that course, but telling you generally what the programme's about. We'll have Mustafa Cham and Victoria Griffiths-Price, who are going to be the 2 course instructors in Manchester, and also Alex Parsons, who's the course organizer, who'll be talking to you about the programme as well. We've also got Sadiq, who's going to be one of our new graduates, who's going to be coming on tonight to talk about his speech before, during, and after joining the programme. And I'll be able to show you his first day video of the beginning of the course. So we're going to move on straight away to Mustafa Cham, who's going to, I'll leave it to him. Cham.
Good evening all. Mustafa Cham's my name, and as mentioned, I'm one of the course instructors, and I'm just going to quickly give you an overview of what happens during the course on the McGuire program course. So just a bit of a background. On the McGuire program, we believe that stammering is the failure to articulate or pronounce certain sounds or words caused by fear, which turns into panic that freezes your diaphragm, which then causes struggle, distortion in your vocal cords and articulators, then results in shame, guilt, self-hate, hopelessness, and many psychological things going on. So during the Manchester course, what we will do, we will unpack all of this to tackle them one by one over the 4 days that you'll be there. So the course starts on a Wednesday. On the Wednesday, that's where you'll meet us, the course instructors, you'll meet the coaches, and you'll also meet the graduates as well. It's important to tell you that everybody that joins the McGuire program is a person that stammers. So we all know what we're all dealing with and how we're feeling. And on the Wednesday evening, that's when you'll meet various people who will share their own stammer journey and what they were like before joining the program. And then that will also give myself, Victoria, the opportunity to look at what your stammer's like and how we can help you. So that's done on a Wednesday evening. Then the Thursday, that's when we start teaching you the techniques. That's when the learning starts. And as I mentioned before, we take it step at a time. So Thursday's all about the physical. That struggle that I mentioned, the freezing, we try and deal with that. The physical aspects of stammering, we deal with that on a Thursday. And then the Friday, that's when we deal with the psychological part of it. As I alluded to earlier, that self-hate, the shame, hopelessness, whatever that you're dealing with that a lot of people don't really see, that's what we tackle on the Friday. And then the Saturday, that's when we bring it all together, the physical, the psychological techniques that we teach you. And then that's when we allow you guys to just let go and enjoy speaking and show you what is possible when you combine it all together. And then on the Saturday, what we also do is that we get you ready. We prepare you for going home or going back to the real world. And we also tell you how you can make this sustainable when you go home. And that's when the course ends. Why am I telling you guys this and how I became part of the McGuire program? So I started 10 years ago. So Manchester will be my 10th year anniversary, and I started my first course in Manchester in 2014. Since then, I've done numerous amount of courses and I've instructed a couple. And to me, the reason that I joined the McGuire program was to basically just be free, not let my stammer hold me back. And success to me is just going through a day without avoiding or just coming across as something that I'm not. And I can honestly say that the 10 years of joining, I have reached that goal of success in my eyes. However, it's important to tell you that success is not a linear progress. So I always keep working on my speech. And the main thing is that I really enjoy doing it as well. So if you do come to Manchester, you'll get the opportunity to watch my first day video as well. So it will show you where I was 10 years ago. Thank you for that, Mustafa Cham.
Hi everyone, the Victoria Griffiths Prize here. Hope you're all well and you can all hear me. So, like Cham, I'll be one of your course instructors, and my role on the course is to help to take you through that process of beginning to unpick those negative habits that cause our stammer. Now, as you already know, if you stammer yourself, it's quite intense. I know my stammer was with me every hour of the day. And so it only makes sense that the response and the process of overcoming our stammer is going to be pretty intense. So the days are going to be long. We usually start around 8 a.m. and we'll go through until about 8 p.m. if we're running on time, which hopefully with Cham at the helm, we will be. But within that, we have plenty of breaks every hour. And though we'll be looking at lots of techniques and getting you to learn lots of new things, there'll also be chances for downtime for meals and also plenty of movement in the room and chances to take a break as well. So it's intense, but we'll look after you, I promise. Now, like Cham mentioned, everyone on the program has a stammer. And that's really important. It's one of the main reasons that I love the program so much, is that everyone you meet, albeit Matt Wilton, when he's speaking to you about coming on the program, to Cham and myself as the course instructors, to Alex, who will be our course organizer, and you get to meet him in a second. Everyone, all the coaches and all the returning graduates as well, they all stammer. We all stammer. And we know what it's like to be you. We know the feelings of shame and guilt and isolation. We know how difficult it can be trying to operate in the real world with a debilitating speech limitation, shall we call it. And so when we're advising you, we're speaking to you, we're coaching you, we know it's going to help you because we've been there. We know that the techniques work because we use them. We know that the challenges that we're going to set you to help you overcome your fear and your shame and your guilt, we know that they work. As Cham mentioned, it's not a linear process. There's no instant ending to the journey. that you're about to take, and it is going to take more than the 4 days. But what I can promise you along the way is the most amazing support network you'll find on any program out there. So if you don't know, we have an international list of coaches, of certified coaches who have been through a rigorous training program. They, again, all have stammered. They've all learned the technique, and they've all kindly returned to help assist us and Matt and the other regional directors to help you in your journey. And so you're not only joining a program. For me, it's always been the fact that I've joined a family. And these are people who are there for me at the end of the phone or on the end of a WhatsApp message. And they're there for advice. They're there for encouragement. They're there for support. Because if we remember, it's not that linear process. You're going to need it. Whilst you're on the course, those 4 days, you're in quite a protected environment. That's what we create for you to help get those best results, to help you learn those techniques and those mentalities. But once you're out in that real world, you're going to need that support. And this is where we really group around you to give you that extra oomph in the real world, where your techniques and your mentalities will be put to the test. Anything else? So really, I just want to finish with, if we see you in Manchester, and I really hope that we do, or on one of the other UK or worldwide McGuire courses, I really want you to know that if you make that choice, if you take that brave step, if you grab your courage and come and join us, then you're never going to be alone as a person who stammers ever again. And that I can promise you. And with that, I'll say goodbye for now. Bye.
Thank you, Victoria. That's great. That's the two course instructors, Mustafa and Victoria. And now I'm going to pass you to the organizer, Alex Parson.
Alex Parson speaking. Hi, everyone. I hope you're doing well this evening. Just want to touch briefly on my role, an organizer's role on the course. It's all the questions you have not related to what's going on in the sessions. It's where are we meeting for this particular session? Are we on split sessions? What room am I in? Do I need to bring anything? Really, your helper on the course for any of those questions. Where can I get water? Where is this? Where is that? Really happy to fill that role there, and just to generally help the course run smoothly. Any questions on the Manchester course, or even if you're interested in the Manchester course, I'm the person to speak to. Happy to answer all questions, all queries that you have. Where is the place? Are the transport links close? Please call me if you have any of those questions, if you're thinking about attending the Manchester course. My first course was Coventry in 2007, so a few years on the course, and what an amazing few years, just for what it's given me compared to what I thought the world had for me is eye-opening. I hope if there's people watching this that are questioning whether this could be the right course for them, it definitely is. That's all I can say, really. That I've tried a few other techniques, say speech therapies. I'm sure we all have hypnotherapies. There's so many things out there, and they can work for people. But the McGuire program for me really cemented what Victoria has touched on, that support network, that everything after your first course. There's support groups run now, I believe, weekly, different regions around the UK, even different regions internationally. In-person ones happen frequently, but I think a really big change over the last few years has been Zoom meetings weekly, giving you the opportunity to attend a Manchester support group, even though you live nowhere near Manchester, giving you the opportunity to attend a South African support group, even though you live in Australia. That flexibility and those different opportunities being there, I think, is what's really set the McGuire program different from other programs. I myself have had difficulty speaking at 10 o'clock in the evening. Now, I wouldn't drop a phone call to anyone on the UK phone list, but there's people awake in Australia. This is their morning, where they've said they're happy to take phone calls, and I've had some amazing phone calls. I myself am flying tomorrow to Eindhoven in the Netherlands to do the Eindhoven course. Again, really connected support network means we're able to do things like this, communicate it. To reiterate, it's one of the things I feel that really makes the McGuire program set apart from other programs. And a really big emphasis I'd like to finish on is returning to courses. Both Mustafa and Victoria have talked about what they're going to be doing on this Manchester course. And if you're thinking of coming, please come along. Really great introduction to the program and what we do. And then a really big part of it is your returned involvement. You'll be invited onto a refresher course. And then there's courses running 3, 4, 5 times a year in certain regions, once, twice, 3 times a year in other regions. But there's multiple happening around the world each year. And you're encouraged, if not, no, you are encouraged and welcome on every single one of them. The more you can go to, the more included you feel in this McGuire family, the more connected you are with the people that are really going to help you on this speech journey. And I can't wait to meet some of you in Manchester and begin or carry on your speech journey with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. That's brilliant. So you've met the team that's going to be running the course in Manchester. And I'm now going to show you a video of one of the new grads who joined at the end of February, beginning of March, so not that long ago, in Bristol. His name's Sadiq Tijani, and I'm going to show you his first day video. This is the beginning of his first course. You may have seen loads of these online before. We've all done a video, and you'll be able to see mine if you've not already when you do have a chat with me before the course, finding out more. I'll explain that again shortly. So, no further ado.
Hi.
Hi, could you start with your full name, please?
Yeah, sure. My name is Sadiq Tijani Umar.
Whereabouts do you live, Sadiq?
Well, I live in Reading.
And how did you hear about the McGuire program?
Well, I started actually by reading your book, and then I thought there was no harm in taking the 4-day course. So
That's a good idea. And how does your speech affect your daily life?
well, I'm the type of person that likes exactitude in language, and so I guess having a stutter prevents you from that exactitude because you tend to not use suitable words for the occasion.
Yes, I always used to do that too.
Sadiq Tijani we're speaking. Hi guys, nice to see you all. Just to give you a quick background, I'm Nigerian by birth and I came over to the UK in 2022 for my master's and I graduated in January of this year. And I joined the McGuire program, as I said in the first day video, mainly because I'm the type of person who likes precision and exactitude in language. And I always found that my stutter always used to make me move around or avoid some fair words of mine. As you may have noticed, I had a real problem with B's, R's, and M's. You could see from the video that guy had really no speaking cycle, no real pausing, shallow breaths, no real formulation process, completely scatterbrained. And I would say joining the course is a really life-changing experience. First, because the amount of control you get over your stutter. And by that I mean the simple power of being able to pace yourself when you're speaking. Being able to take those pauses while speaking, feel the air, filling your lungs as you speak and stop. And also the anxiety that I've had while speaking in the past, I've had kind of subside over the last few weeks as a result of this disciplined mechanical speech. The course itself is, I'm not gonna lie, long, hard hours. The new way of speaking is difficult, frustrating, and even awkward at first. but trust me, you will get the hang of it. And it's really rewarding, not to, spoil all the fun, but it's really rewarding when you make first contact with the real world using all the te- te- techniques you've learned on the course. After the course, I would say I had two key takeaways. One is the importance of consistency. So there's these breathing warm-ups you do every day for 30 minutes, would just set you up for a good disciplined day of speaking. Personally, I do these drills called alphabet drills, where I go through the entire alphabet with different techniques you're gonna learn on the course. The other thing is the support network. You're gonna be leaving the course with two coaches tailored to you, but there's an entire phone list both for the UK and for Australia, the US, the Middle East, and for South Africa, where you have access to loads of coaches from all over the world that you can call whenever suits you best. One last thing I would like to touch on in the context of consistency is how helpful it's been involving family and friends in the process. So, for example, I found disclosing my breathing warm-ups to my family and friends, and the fact that I used techniques while speaking really helped me, or rather even forced me to remain consistent in the speech exercise process. Actually, I have a cousin who, whenever I speak to now, whenever he calls me, he starts off the call with technique. He refers to me as technique now. And that helps me, always helps me, reminds me to remain disciplined while speaking over the phone. The second key takeaway of mine is after the course was the importance of letting yourself fail and get up after you do fail. I'm not gonna lie to you, this course is not promising you to cure your stutter. You will fail, you're gonna stutter again. But the importance is being able to cancel all those negative learned behaviors, just the dirt off your shoulders, get back up rather, and keep moving forward. One of my best achievements after the course, really nothing, mind bending or anything. For me, it's just being able to speak on my own terms, being able to center myself, formulate a thought, and then articulate myself or my feelings is something I've found really life changing, really exhilarating. And I'm so eager for you all to get your hands dirty with the course and come away with the same things I've been able to. Thank you so much, and bye for now.
Matt Wilton, Thank you, Sadiq. Thank you so much. And yes, just what a great testimonial from someone that's just been on the program 6 or so weeks. So learning the techniques, and everybody on the program is at different stages. You know, when you come back onto your second course, you see people that have been on 1, 2, 5, 10 courses, people that have no stammer's the same, people have different stammers, but we all know how it feels. We're all there to support each other, and that's so important, and something that I'm sure you've got from listening to the others. So the 5th to the 8th of June is the Manchester course. So if you do want to find out more about that, please do contact me. If you've not already had a chat with me about the program, I can talk to you about the ins and outs of it for about half an hour or so, or even longer, and explain to you what each day consists of, and explain to you in more detail about the support network, show you the calendar of events we've got on and the phone lists that we use as well, just so that you really have a good understanding of what this is all about before you make a commitment to wanting to join. And then it's up to you to decide what's best for you. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you again to the course team for Manchester, and especially to Sadiq, who's come on tonight, very brave and spoken in front of you all. So thank you, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.